Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Alrighty, folks. Kerry's going to start us off with the bell.
You only need to ring it once.
And we're taking the bell away.
All right,
I feel like I'm
Kerry,
at the deli counter.
So we have Sean, Mindy, myself, and I bring you up last because you kind of are a last-minute addition replacing John Meyer.
Yes.
Do you feel like you're a semi-regular here, or do you feel like it's a burden doing this, or what do you
I think it's like a quarterly thing. You
Yeah.
bring me in like every couple months. Like, hey, we need someone.
I
Someone
know.
backed out. No one wants to talk to me.
No, it's not true, but we only select certain people that have a good sense of humor and that are a winning personality, which you have.
Great. So
Mindy, am
why
I
are
saying
Sean
everything
and I
right?
here then? We don't know what we're doing.
Sean is the dark, sarcastic addition. He injects
He's
these,
got the dry humor.
Yeah, he's got the dry stuff that injects. It's perfect. What do you think, Sean?
Sure.
Plus, if we get those serious, social questions, only you can handle the technical stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because we can't.
All right, so get your questions in. Now, I have a problem, and the problem is here below me. Get your questions into brownbag at WNEP.com. Kerry, brownbag
Brownbag at
WNEP.com.
WNEP.com.
But what if one person sends in tens of questions? He must have sent in 20, 30 questions.
He's prolific.
He's prolific. Travis, and I put a bunch of his in, but we can't fill the whole bag with one guy.
No.
We can't have a Travis episode. Although we could have a Travis episode.
We could have a Travis. Anyway, full disclosure. So keep the questions coming, but this is
And
a conundrum.
we
What do you do if
appreciate
someone
it,
just...
Travis, but
He must have sat down all day and just thought of weird things. We don't want it to be forced. We want it to be natural and organic.
maybe Travis
Something
needs a job. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
We're
I'm joking.
hiring.
Something you're wondering about.
Official
Yeah.
question writer for.
Yes, there
Which
we
is
go.
fine with me. He's so creative. Maybe he could be. He's like a distant member of the Brown Bag, Mr. Curiosity team, and we never meet him. And he just submits questions. That in
Yeah.
itself is good.
That's true.
All right. So
Do we
here
have
it
Kerry
is.
start?
Carrie's going to start because she is our special guest. Carrie,
Oh, boy.
don't be offended. Ring that bell and get her going, girlfriend.
Ring that bell.
Who was that?
You can ring.
I don't. Are we not allowed to do that on the podcast?
You can say the lyrics. You can't sing the
You
lyrics.
can't sing the
We
lyrics.
Ring
almost
my
sang them.
bell.
All right.
Okay.
Ring
So
my bell.
Is this Travis? Is he starting?
It's Travis. It's crisp.
This is Bruce.
Oh, okay, good.
all right.
See, Travis, it's not all
Bruce
you.
Young.
Bruce Young.
Hi, Bruce. Joe. What's the difference between dew point and relative humidity? It seems to me that dew point gives a more
Oh, look
useful
at Mindy.
bit of
See this? She
info.
Why do we get
Excuse me
these
while
questions?
I take a nap over here.
This is another problem with the podcast. These are good questions, but they're boring some people. So
Do you want me
try
to pick another one?
No, I think it's
no,
an
no.
This
awesome.
stuff confuses me, and you can explain this a million times, and I still want to.
It's going to be really quick. So
Okay.
it's called relative humidity because it's relative to the temperature.
It's like a cousin.
No, not that. It's almost like it's almost like if you put me in a third grade classroom, I'd be the tall guy because it's relative to the group I'm with. Yet you put me on an NBA basketball team, now Snedeker's the short guy. It's relative to what you're with. So, and low temperature air cannot hold a lot of water vapor. So whenever the temperature is low, the relative humidity or the humidity seems high. But it's really not. It's only because cold air can't hold as much water as warm air. So if you have cold air with a little bit of water in it, water vapor, it's humid. But it's really not because if that temperature were 80, that same amount of water vapor, the relative humidity would go down to like 20%. I'm looking at Mindy because she's going to verify what I'm saying.
How does it feel? So it doesn't feel humid when it's cold. and
That's a
there's
great
high
question.
Humidity, but
So-
it feels humid when it's hot and there's low humidity.
So if it's 40 degrees outside,
Right.
and the humidity is 100%, it wouldn't feel humid because cold air can't hold a lot of water vapor. But yet, if it were 90 degrees with a relative humidity of 80%, it would feel humid. But warm air can hold more water vapor than cold air. I know everybody's looking up. Carrie's looking up. It's really you need a lot of math with this. You need the tables. I do this with my students. So I like the questions.
But dew point, is that like literally the point, the amount of
Yeah, so
humidity that will actually form dew?
Kind of. So that's why dew point is so much better than relative humidity.
Is that the point where the grass gets wet?
I'm going to give you this example. You're going to love it. All right. Let's all pretend the temperature is 40 right now.
Brr, it is 40 in here.
It's cold in here. Yeah.
The temperature is 40, and the dew point is 38. So that means if the temperature went from 40 and dropped to 38, just 2 degrees, the air would be saturated and there'd be a fog. So if you heard that the temperature is 40 and the dew point is 38, you'd be like, wow, this air has a lot of moisture in it. Temperature only has to drop 2 degrees. And we would say that relative humidity is up high. That's like 98%. All right, so let's do this. Now, the temperature is 80 with the same dew point of 38. You see how they both have the dew point of 38? One was cold, the next one's warm? Mm-hmm. So the first example, it's almost humid and saturated. The second example, the temperature has to go from 80 all the way to 38 before humidity saturates.
That makes a little more sense to me. The dew point.
Versus
dew point
relative
tells-
humidity.
yeah,
Yeah.
So the dew
relative
point tells you how low the temperature must go for the air to become saturated. So if they're close, the temperature and the dew point, you're almost saturated, and it's humid, but it's not really humid because cold air can't hold a lot of water vapor, and it's such.
All right, no, I get it now.
Good
I'm
question,
boring
Kerry.
everyone. I'm boring everyone. I know it, so I'll just say this. This is why, ladies, in the winter, your skin is always dry.
Dry, right.
Because cold air can't hold a lot of water vapor. So
And
what
in
little
the
water
summer
vapor...
where hair gets frizzy.
Yeah, but even a little bit of water vapor in a cold air mass makes it very relatively humidity high, even though it's misleading because it's really not humid at all. It's a scam. It's relative. All right, get that question, destroy it. We're never going to do that again.
That's it. Sean, it's your turn.
Sean's turn. Let's
Yeah.
go. Travis. Travis did
I'm really hoping it's not a Travis question.
Travis, you're part of
Not
us.
that
You're
I
one
don't
of us.
appreciate Travis's effort. I just want to see how far we can go before we hit a Travis.
And then you could do some. He has a new feature. It's AI questions.
Oh, which I didn't load yet. Well, maybe I'll do that during this one. This one doesn't.
Doesn't have a name?
No.
That's okay. Could be even some people
Maybe
want to be
it's-
anonymous because they're embarrassed to be
Maybe
associated
it's
with us.
AI.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we already talk about this? Or maybe I just overheard this in a newsroom. What do you guys think about people who overblot their pizza?
I think we did
Just
this.
stop
We
it.
did
this.
More
But-
annoying than
okay.
braggy vegans. Wow.
No, I think
Wow.
that's a great question
Wow.
because now we have a new opinion on this. What do you think, Kerry? Because we already addressed this. Do you think, because they're both equally annoying, what's more annoying to you, braggy vegans or the blotters, the over pizza blotters?
That's tough. I mean, I was vegetarian for a bit. But I
Right.
never really bragged about it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But,
I don't
but
have
I-
any problem with anyone's
Right.
choices, but when they always talk about it and force it on people or brag, it's annoying.
I don't like to be pressured into
Okay.
doing something I don't want to do. Like, but the people who blot their pizza, they make me uncomfortable.
Me too.
Okay, so I'd rather deal with the pushy vegans
All right.
than someone who blots their pizza.
Here's what the pizza blotters don't realize. If you're blotting your pizza, you're making those who don't blot make them feel like
Self-conscious.
self-conscious, like, oh, I don't care about my health. I'm pathetic. I wish I was so.
Look at all the calories. I'm
Yeah,
saving,
well, I wish
just
I was as
soaking up all
disciplined
this
as you.
oil.
Oh, you're so.
But
Just
there are some times you get that pizza that's
Take
like
it.
got an oil reservoir in the top of it. Like you have to get rid
Well,
of
then
that.
when
you take it-
when you fold it like
Yeah.
you're
Just
supposed
wring it out?
to,
I don't like to
you
fold.
Tip it,
Tip
you
it,
let
and
it drip
it'll ooze
out.
out.
And drip
and
out?
then yeah.
Or you just rub it on Joe's face.
There
Rub
you
it on
go.
my face. Give me more pimples.
Joe takes the blotted napkin, he wrings it out on his pizza just to prove a point.
I
Yeah, there's certain
rarely
things you just
blot,
have to
but if
man up
there's
and-
like puddles of oil on top, then I do blot.
But
'Cause
just
it
try not
grosses
to
me
do it in
out.
front of people, though. That's the only
Okay,
answer.
that's fine.
I mean, if you're out to dinner or something, your husband doesn't mind.
No, I don't think I've ever blotted in front of people.
Okay, it's the blotters
I'm
in
definitely like
But there are
a
plenty
closet blotter.
Right, but there are plenty of people who work here who blot their pizza.
Oh, really?
I've
In
In
seen.
front of everybody.
I haven't
noticed
seen
any
that.
blotters, but
Who
we
is
won't
it?
expose anybody.
Carrie, tell us who.
I can't.
I'm going to do my
All right,
vegan.
we'll bleep it out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, just tell us who they are.
All right, Joe, Mr.
Wait, I want to do my vegan joke on Carrie. I don't know if I did this in the podcast last
Okay,
night.
I don't know.
Okay, Carrie, since you were one, how could you tell
I
if
wasn't
someone...
vegan, I was vegetarian. But
There's
go
a
ahead.
difference.
How could you tell if someone is a vegan or a vegetarian?
Oh, here we go. How, Joe?
Just wait, they'll tell you. Dun, 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 dun. There it is.
Now you know what?
Come on,
You're
Travis.
alienating all of our vegan audience.
My
We
daughter's
have-
vegan.
Is she really?
Yeah.
She doesn't eat any animal products?
No.
She must.
Oh, cheese. So she's
So
vegetarian. Yeah.
she's vegetarian.
I am not making fun of these people, but some
Okay.
people are just forceful of things. They'll tell you their politics, what they love to eat. They'll force everything on you. Just stop it.
I try to force mayonnaise on you. It doesn't work. It's so good.
Oh, here we go. It's not. Oh, it's Frank. Frank Clure. You have orange juice. We did this one last week too. Orange juice,
How
apple
are they
juice.
ending
or
up
no?
back in
Did
here?
we? Yes or
No,
no?
we didn't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. We
Not
did.
that I remember.
I remember. Sometimes. All right, here we go. You have orange juice. You have apple juice. You have grape juice. You have cranberry juice.
So many juices.
Do we have
Then there's lemons. Lemonade. What makes it so special to not be a juice?
Well, there's lemon juice.
But it's lemon juice mixed with
it's
sugar.
like a concentrate thing. So
Yeah.
So all those other juices, when you buy them, that's all. Like when you buy cranberry juice, grape juice, whatever in the store, it is not just raw any of that juice. That's all mixed with water
we
and
know
sugar.
that. No, but his point
So
is why would all the other ones get just the name juice after and the
There's
lemonade's so
grapeade.
special?
There's grapeade.
You-
I don't know the difference between grape juice and grapeade. Is there more
Frank's
sugar?
statement is not valid, you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't care.
I'm just wondering. I care. How did lemonade get the special treatment? No one says appleade, grapeade. No one says
there is grapeade. I've heard grapeade before.
you know that's not true. You go to a restaurant and say, I want some grapeade. They're going to laugh at you.
If it's on the menu, I'd order
There's-
grapeade. Am
I want some
Googling
appleade.
grapeade? Hold on.
And then why is there not limonade? Like, why not the lime juice?
Carrie,
There's limeade.
you're our special
There's-
guest. Give
that's
us an
a good-
answer. Why does lemonade get the special treatment of having being called lemonade instead of lemon juice?
Maybe they were just pushy people who like lemons and they wanted to be fancy, so they called lemonade.
Like the vegans?
Or limeade. I don't know.
Kidding, vegans.
I don't know.
I love you. Any
you-
question, like we're going to toss to the side, so they're definitely
Are
disappearing.
you loading your AI questions over there,
No,
Sean?
but I'm looking up like what makes an aid an aid.
So
And it's basically
so
it's the sourness of the juice.
aid.
So if
Yeah, but are there other
if the
aids?
original juice is sour, when you add sugar to make it sweeter, it becomes an aid. Grape
Oh.
juice on its own is sweet enough to just remain a juice.
Interesting.
What are the other aids then? I don't know if any.
Band-Aid.
Gatorade.
You're saying lemon's the only one that's sour enough.
There is grapeade. It says right here, grapeade.
grapeade.
He's making that up.
It says right here, look, grapeade, grapeade.
It says grapeade.
Okay.
Grapeade.
All right.
It's a thing.
I can't wait till I go to a restaurant and order grapeade.
Ask for it.
have
On the
some
vegan
grapeade.
menu,
Finest,
say you
your
want some
finest
grapeade.
grapeade, please.
So here's another question. You've got all these questions from Travis, but it says he's a former NEPA resident. He doesn't even live here anymore.
Man, that's why he's connect. He wants to
that's-
connect.
That's
yes.
why we love him even more.
Yes,
he
because
That's
left
true,
the
'cause
area
he
and
cares.
He
stays
wants to stay
connected.
connected
Cares
to us.
enough.
What does he have
Okay.
to say?
He says, what makes something dishwasher safe? And if something isn't dishwasher safe, what happens if you put it into the dishwasher?
See,
From experience.
you have some. He's bringing up things that I think about. That's why I
It'll-
love this guy.
It'll like when you have if you use that high temperature drying setting, it'll like melt it or warp it or
Or if you have like some glassware that's painted or fancy
I
or
get
whatever,
that,
it'll
yeah.
So
But you have settings on your dishwasher to keep the temperature low and cut off the hot water dry, or the hot dry cycle. So you can always bypass
here's
that.
what I worry about. This is actually more important than Travis's
We could
question.
talk for dishwashers about the whole episode because
Oh, we
I have a
could.
lot of queries about dishwashing.
And there's a lot of weird idiosyncrasies with people in their dishwashers.
Well, let's get
But
into it. Let's get into it. This
but
is
first,
perfect. Here
I
we
want
go.
to ask,
Okay.
does anybody know, like if you're Mr. Scientist or whatever, those things, the Tupperware that says it's dishwasher safe and it's plastic and you put it in, I always feel like that's bad that I'm getting plastic pieces all over my other stuff and oozing out chemicals, leaching chemicals
Yeah, but
into
what would
my
make-
other.
oh, so,
I don't know. Is that bad?
no, because you put hot soup in a Tupperware or hot spaghetti leftovers.
I try to put that in glassware.
So you don't want to. We'll have to
Yeah.
get the melting temperature of the,
the
molecules of
BPAs. You're worried
Tupperware.
about the BPAs.
Well,
Yeah,
they
she's
say
wor-
BPA free, but it's still plastic, so I feel like something's
I always
leaching.
feel a little worried if you were to take like leftovers in the like Rubbermaid container and reheat it.
Yeah,
in the
see, I'm
microwave.
not comfortable.
Is that leaching into my food?
I feel like it
And
is.
then I just eat it and move on. With it.
Or how about when you did heat something in the Tupperware and the stains never come out because it's now baked into the Tupperware?
Do you ever do the thing where it was like a TikTok video where when you have that sauce stuck in
I've done
there,
it.
you take the water and the dish soap and a paper towel and you put it in and you close the lid and you shake it
It
for like a
works.
minute.
Oh, it does work?
It does
Yeah.
work.
I
So
don't know
if you
why.
want baked-in stains in your Tupperware
Yeah,
plastic,
if you like spaghetti sauce.
give us the recipe again. I never heard this. What do you
Yeah,
do?
you put a wet paper towel and some like Dawn.
Like how much paper towel? One piece or the whole thing?
you
Stuff
want
it
to
in
wet
there?
just.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
gotta
you're
move
not to-
around,
you're not
right.
to
It
like
still has to
move it
move
It's
around.
moving around.
Right, and then you put the Dawn.
You
dish
shake
soap,
it.
and then you do.
We should do a doesn't
shake it,
really
shake it,
work
shake
on
it,
this.
Shake it, shake it.
And then it'll take it right in. Like
Takes all
capillary
the-
movement, I think
See,
that's called.
we need to watch TikTok. There you go.
I think I watched mine on. It was like an old TikTok that's now on Instagram.
My
Reels
daughter
or
taught me
something.
how to get permanent marker off a table using hand sanitizer.
From TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, she learned it on TikTok. She wrote on the table. I'm like, oh my god, it's permanent marker. She's like, don't worry about it. And she put hand sanitizer. And
It's
you
just
saw it lift
alcohol,
right
huh?
off. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, while we're on the subject, who else does dishwasher venting? Anybody want to get something out? Because my wife and she tells me I load it wrong always. Is that
Yep.
something that goes on with couples?
Yes, every time.
You tell
Oh,
your
yeah.
husband that?
He tells me that I do it wrong.
He tells you do it wrong.
Yeah. He's
Who-
very picky. I love him, but he's picky about
But
the dishwasher.
she follows like dishwasher rules. Like if they have the vertical metal parts that the plate's supposed to go in, I'll throw something that's not a plate in there, and she thinks that's wrong. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's just giving you a guide to what put there. It doesn't have to be a plate.
So would you put a bowl there?
It could be a bowl. It
don't
could
know.
The only
be.
thing would be
It could be a
if
stack
you're-
of knives. I'll put it where this plate's supposed to go.
Maybe that's a problem. I don't know if you have to follow if you have
She
a big
follows.
pan that's not going to fit anywhere else, and they don't fold down to make room, you can just drop it on there. More of the problem is if you were to put plates next to plates, how would you ever expect that?
Because
to
the
get
water
clean?
can't get in there. I
Right.
understand that.
That
But,
would bother me more than whether it goes where it's supposed to go.
Well, would this bother you?
You don't want
Speaking of
knives
plates.
flying around in there either.
No, you don't want them flying around. But if you put a plate vertically, the jets are coming down from the top and the bottom. So a lot of times I put the plate face down so the jets really get it from underneath and it'll scrub it. And she says, why would you do that? I'm like, we're getting more jet surface area on the plate because it's face down.
But here's the problem with that. That if it's on the bottom, you're now blocking some of that jet from hitting those glasses.
That's what I was thinking.
That are now facing down. So now you're only washing the outside of your glasses and not the inside where the liquid is.
No, because the top has its own little jets.
All right,
And that's
Kerry.
shooting
glasses.
down.
She's like, we're like an arguing couple.
I'm done with the dishwasher talk.
Dishwasher talk can go on. Oh, Kerry, that's a classic because the little ones are like old. Look at her. She picked an oldie. I love it.
This is from my hometown of Shamokin.
Oh.
Tina from
Her- it was
Shamokin.
Maybe-
made for
maybe you know Tina.
girlfriend. Here we go. Shamokin the weed.
All right.
What?
Shamokin.
That's an old joke.
I didn't know. I've never heard it.
The Shamokin
It's okay
Indians.
now because marijuana is getting more legal.
Right,
So
that's
you can
true.
say
There's
that, Joe.
medical.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is actually a good question. If someone were to guess your job based off your personality, what would they say? Do you think they would actually say TV personality or something else? I could see Joe as a chicken farmer or a mad scientist,
Very
personally.
specific.
A mad scientist or a chicken farmer.
Well, maybe because it was the summer of the chickens.
Yeah, what's the year? Is
maybe.
there a date on that thing?
I know, but Claire's on here, so it's when Claire worked here.
All right, well, let's do this. And I'm gonna, if I had to judge you, and we can't worry about hurting feelings or anything. I'm gonna be honest. If I just saw Kerry as she is now, or every day, I'd say, "This is some uptight professional."
You would
She
not.
always looks perfect.
No,
she always her
she-
hair is
I do
perfect.
not.
Her nails are perfect. She always
But she
looks prim and
seems
proper.
very chill.
No, she seems. We're talking
CFO.
appearance. She seems.
Yes, she
seems-
could be a CFO.
Yeah,
You're
she
right.
looks like a CFO. She looks
Yeah.
like a lawyer.
Oh,
She's,
I could see
she's-
lawyer.
She's wealthy. Look at those glasses.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, she's
Designer
always-
glasses. Yep.
She never comes in disheveled.
And I
Right.
dr-
She never has any demarcations or.
And I
or-
drink lemonade.
exactly.
And then I hear she's a
Grapeade.
vegan, and I'd be like, whoa.
Whoa, she
I'd
was
say
vegetarian.
sophisticated, highbrow. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
But I don't think I would guess TV person for you.
That's fine.
I
I
would
don't
guess
think
mad
most people
scientist
would
for
look
you.
at anyone and think TV. And
Well,
Yeah, I
there's-
guess you're
Yeah.
right.
But there are some people you see and they're like, oh, they're on TV, with like the anchor hair or, the
Right.
makeup and
All the stuff.
Oh no, you're right. If someone said, "Is she a TV anchor?" I'd say, "Yeah, she might be that."
like a
So, yeah, I
Ron
would guess.
Burgundy-esque, you know what I mean? Personality, the mustache.
Yeah.
And a deep voice or whatever. Yeah.
Mindy,
That's
what
funny.
would you see yourself? Or what is the question? What?
I guess what someone would see you
Yeah, what do you
as.
think
Yeah.
someone would see you as?
Kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, I see teacher with you. I see
could
like
be.
librarian.
That was what my mom was.
I see you as well, but maybe that's why I said that because
Maybe.
I knew that, but
Yeah.
you planted that seed. I do
No, I
see
thought
you
about being a
as-
teacher. I really did.
Yeah, I do see.
I would
that.
like
you're
that.
kind of booky, and you're a little overly sincere, and you're you're. a little-
Would you like me to lie to you more?
I wish you had more edge.
I could have more edge. I just don't want to be too edgy.
I want you to come in smoking a cigarette,
Really?
cursing.
Like I live in Shamokin?
There you go. Smoking and shamoking.
Rip out, do donuts in the parking lot as you leave.
Okay. I might do
know.
that someday.
That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Maybe. No, I can't say that.
Okay. All right, Sean, what is your question?
Sean, I would.
Are
think,
you doing
what
AI?
would you
I
do?
think
Oh.
Sean
Do we want to
kind of
prejudge Sean?
I think
Sean
you look
looks
like you are, yeah.
Local tire shop franchise manager.
I do see that. I do see local tire shop franchise.
Let's
manager.
get you into some Bridgestones today.
Wow. See, no wonder why he has to be here for the podcast.
Your tread is wearing a little thin.
You are a little wrecked. No, you do have that vibe.
Is that good? I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you're
Is
taking
that
care of the
nondescript?
tires.
Nondescript.
Either that or like a skeevy car salesman.
Yeah,
Like a
used
used
car
car
salesman.
salesman.
Used car.
Used car
Yeah.
salesman.
No, that's Kurt Aaron, I think. He comes off as a used car salesman. Yeah.
Maybe the ties. The ties
I
are
If
think
so.
I wore more like button-down shirt type stuff,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
All right, we nailed it then. Chicken farmer and librarian and local tire shop
I do
owner.
love books. All right, Sean, it's your turn.
Oh, boy.
Are you picking a Travis question?
Now I feel bad because we haven't picked
ones
one
that are-
Travis.
No, I
question.
had a Travis,
Oh,
the
you did?
dishwasher
Oh,
one.
The ones that are really crisp are the new ones. They're his.
Oh, here we go.
So if you
We
want
got
to, this is
We
Travis.
got a Travis question.
I held back. He has like 30 of them. I only put maybe 5,
Ding,
10
ding.
in.
Is this about an oven or a fridge or something?
Got to be an appliance
Yeah,
question.
no, this bothers me. This
He
is a
does
good
a
one.
lengthy pause always, so he previews a long time. All right, here we
What
go.
is the proper way to navigate a grocery store? For example, I saw someone start in frozen food and end in produce. I would say that's not great.
No, you got to start with the produce.
Yeah, starting produce.
That's why they have it set up that way.
I tend to enjoy going places where, being like the tech guy, I like to use the grocery apps. And there's places like Wegmans where if I put my shopping list in, it will automatically organize it according to where I need to go, starting with the furthest aisle
What?
over. Yeah, so you just put all your random items in.
You go to the website, you go to their app,
Yep, and you just put your shopping list in.
broccoli.
Yep.
Doritos.
And then it comes back and says, you go to 16B and here's those 4 items. Go to 15A and these 2 items are there.
That's
but then
awesome.
You're going all over, so
No,
it'll tell you,
It
like-
takes you to like the furthest point in the store and works you back toward like kind of the registers. But it'll start you in produce usually and end you in frozen foods. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of it for me. So I
That's
like doing
nice
that.
because there's sometimes I have that one item on my list. Like the other day, it was falafel. I couldn't find the falafel.
you wonder why we think
I
she's
was
a librarian.
I was
don't even
so
know what that is.
I was so frustrated. It's like a Middle Eastern food made out of chickpeas. It's very good.
I guess
That's
no.
delightful.
Yeah, it's delightful. Thank
What's
you.
wrong with Wonder Bread? Are you too good for Wonder Bread?
Yes. I like Dave's Killer Bread. Have you ever tried it?
too. That's my
so,
favorite, yeah.
So good, right?
He's got the tattoo. He looks like
Oh.
a cool guy. He's on
Yeah.
the cover. Yeah, he's got the shirt.
This organic,
Yeah.
healthy bread. But anyway, I wanted falafel, and I could not. I went all over the store. I couldn't find it in the ethnic section. It was very frustrating.
But you guys bring up the subject because I don't grocery shop. You all said, so you do have a plan when you go in? I never knew that.
I'm like an
I need
unsupervised
a
10-year-old
plan.
when I
Yeah,
go.
really. I need a plan or else.
I didn't know that. I never knew that. When I did have to do that, I just like randomly go in and pick things up. I don't have a.
That's why you don't get to do it anymore.
That's
Yep.
The plan
And that's
issue
why you
though
can't
is
load the dishwasher either.
if it's not on the list, I won't get it because it's not on the list. I'm not thinking of those obvious things that maybe we forgot to put on. I'll get home and it's like, oh, milk. That would have been good.
That would have been good.
But I
But it
guess you're
wasn't on
right,
the
though. You
list.
need a strategy because when I have been there, I'll be like milk, and then I see next on the list is like hot peppers. Then I have to go all the way to the other side, and then I zigzag around
That's
like an
why
idiot.
that
I'm a
shopping list
zigzagger.
organization thing is
I'm a
great.
zigzagger.
Yeah.
And then if you go hungry, forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
You're buying
Yep.
Doritos, you're buying Chex Mix, you're buying Oreos, ice cream.
Before we do the next question, Sean, if my tire is wearing on the backside, do I need a wheel alignment? It seems to be wearing on the inside of the
Yeah,
tread.
you're going to need
Yeah.
an alignment.
I need
Yeah.
an alignment.
Yeah.
And rotation, most likely.
Rotation.
Yeah, I would,
Yep.
I would
Yeah.
get the rotation with an alignment.
Oh, yeah.
Get,
In the package, yeah.
yeah, I'll get you some out-the-door pricing.
I feel like you have to change jobs now, Sean.
Really, yeah.
I mean, you're so good at what you do.
Anyone's hiring.
But
Any local tire shops are hiring.
I know. There's a bunch of them
I'm
around.
available.
You definitely have that vibe. I don't know what it is. Why are the keyboards set up the way they are and not in alphabetical order? And that is a Travis question. So
The
he's,
the
is he
QWERTY
for-
keyboard.
Yeah,
The QWERTY
the
keyboard,
QWERTY,
yeah.
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 I think everyone knows that, right?
Yeah.
This goes back easier for the reach, the most
It's
common
the
letters.
most common letters are organized, and yeah.
I feel like Travis knows the answers to
But
these
he's playing
questions.
with this, Travis.
And
if
he's
you're going to
playing.
play with this, we're not going to do this anymore. That's
right.
Wait, before we move on.
What?
Because young people, how are they arranged on the phone? I never looked. Are
They're
they,
QWERTY.
They're
Yeah.
QWERTY.
Yeah.
Because young people do not have typing skills. Do you guys all have typing skills?
My mom told me I should take typing class in high school.
I took
and
a
I
typing
said
class.
I said that was for the stupid people and I didn't take it.
Oh, my
Isn't that
God.
terrible?
Ouch.
Yeah.
I loved
Oh, I
typing
mean-
class.
Me too.
Because it was such a challenge to try to be the fastest, most accurate typer. For me, it was a game.
You did
And my
good.
mom was right.
Yeah.
I should have taken it because now I can't really type. I mean, I
So-
type fast,
But you don't
but
do
I
like the hunt and peck,
technically
though.
no. I'm pretty fast, and I pretty much know
Yeah,
where things
that's-
are.
I don't know how.
but I don't technically know how to type. Like,
So I have this story. We're all victims of the time we grew up. You can't run away from that. So I graduated high school in 1984. I'm the oldest dude here. So back in the 70s and early 80s, guess who only typed in our world?
oh, women.
Girls.
Yeah.
I'm not taking typing. That's a girl thing. There were no keyboards. There were no computers. And I was on the academic track, and they made me, for whatever reason, take typing, it was called back then, not keyboarding. And I went in there so frustrated because I got the typing teacher who was really intense and took it very seriously. And that's probably the greatest skill I learned in high school. Because I can still type. I don't even have to look at the keyboard. I'm like, da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
And now the keyboard. So it's excellent. I love it. It was the greatest course I ever took. Now, at the time, I hated it. But she drilled me. Do the like 100 times. Remember doing that?
Yeah.
Do the
Oh,
word, your name 100
Yep.
times. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. I imagine it's like learning how to play the guitar, just all repetition.
And there's
Or
times I
piano,
think
yeah.
about that.
Or
Like I'll be
piano or
doing
something,
stuff. I'll be doing stuff like for work, and I'm thinking like, good thing I took
I
typing
know.
because I'm like killing it here.
So my question to
Guys are
everybody,
rubbing it in.
we're right.
No, it's my one regret in life. It really
that
is.
is a big one, especially
I didn't
with your
take
career.
typing. I know. Stupid.
But when I see young people now, my kids on their phone and everything, and on keyboards, they know where everything is. They never took typing. They just finger go everything
But
really
just think,
quick.
like Mindy feels the same way every day when she's doing calculus.
That's true.
She's like, thank God I
Thank
took
God.
calculus because
Calculus.
every day I'm using it.
I only took
I'm
pre-calc.
serious with the kids. They know where all the letters are, and they never had to take anything because they're brought up.
I don't know.
just-
My kids both took typing, so I don't
Oh,
know.
they did? So
Yeah.
that's still a thing?
It's still a thing,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I did not know.
In fact, my daughter was telling me about her keyboarding class, and I was like, "Oh, you're learning to play the keyboard."
But is it just
Play
thumbs?
the keyboard.
I thought it was the
but
piano.
But now is it just thumbs?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
On the
Is that
It's
what
thumbs.
keyboarding class is now? Just thumbs?
On the
They might have a
phone.
thumbs class and then also a
Thumbing.
full.
Thumbing.
thumbing.
You can take thumbing in school.
Plumbing
Yeah,
101.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Typing's for girls. That's what
Isn't
was
that
said.
really- yeah, it
That's
was-
what was said in the 70s and 80s. Typing's for
It's
girls.
terrible. Yeah, I did. Anyway.
Is that Travis? Travis, you're a sicko.
No, this is from Jane.
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 Jane
Oh, this
says.
is kind of cute. This is actually a question for me.
Oh.
What are the odds?
Jane.
This is
what-
about typing.
She says it's not about typing.
Ask Jane
Now
if she
I'm
needs
embarrassed.
tires.
That's actually
Yeah.
that's
Jane
actually
need
one of
tires?
my things that I want to tell people because I'm embarrassed that I don't technically know how to type. Okay, Mindy, what are your favorite foods or drinks from Iowa that we don't typically have around here?
This is made for
Did
you.
I know? Did your hometown or nearby towns have any agricultural related festivals?
Did they not have
I
it?
know. Parades or events that were fun to go to. Ironically, there are a lot more festivals here than there ever were in my hometown. Like we had like a jazz like we had festivals in a way, but nothing hometownish like you have here.
Okay, so here, I guess we would say
The
pierogies, we would
church
say
bazaars and
kielbasi.
stuff. Yeah.
But do you have anything like that we never even heard of here?
So we would always have brats on the grill. You had bratwurst.
Oh, and you just call them brats?
We call them brats, yeah. And
Mango,
so
pig
when
brats.
I moved to Maine, we couldn't find them in the grocery store. We're like, do you have brats?
So
No.
brats, though, everyone would know that.
Yeah. Yep. In fact,
You
it's
say
like
brats.
beer and brats usually. Like you would,
Carrie, you ever heard of brats?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard of brats?
you boil the brats first in beer and then you grill them. So that was something. And then so many casseroles. We would have all these casseroles. You put cream of mushroom soup into everything you made.
Everything's a casserole.
Everything's a casserole. And not only that, we would make our friends when we first moved here. If a salad was actually Jello, usually like a Jello salad,
I'm not
that's a
following
salad.
you. I'm not
Like
following.
you wouldn't have a green thing that's a salad. With your like a lot of people here eat Jello for dessert.
Okay.
It's a salad that goes with your meal. It's not dessert. So we would have like
It's a
one of those
salad that
like
goes with-
raspberry Jello with cherries and walnuts inside and whipped cream on top. That's a salad.
That's your salad.
Yep. I mean, we might have a salad too.
Yeah.
But those Jello salads were everywhere.
I think you need to make us one.
I should, actually. They're very good.
Tell us about the miles and miles of nothing but John Deere factories. Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, the John Deere headquarters is in Moline, Illinois, right across the river, Mississippi River from Iowa. But yeah, Nebraska's worse though. You got to
I know,
admit.
I've driven through both. It's just
Same.
Yes, you've
Yeah.
driven through too, and you know Nebraska's
Don't you wonder,
worse.
Carrie, because when you first encounter that and you see highway, flat nothingness, and there's a house, and then nothing for 10 miles, and there's a house. And don't you think, how do they do it?
I kind of wonder where, when they go
Like,
grocery
wh-
shopping
that's
or
what I
where
mean.
do they
How
go to the
how does
store?
that happen?
But that happens in Pennsylvania too. It's just that it's not flat.
I don't know.
There's
I
like
mean,
you'll go through places where there's a farmhouse here and a farmhouse way over there.
You're raising a child, and that's it. That's his world, that house. And
Yeah.
nothing for tens of miles.
Yep.
Kind of nice.
It is kind of nice.
What
don't
about
appreciate
fry
us?
sauce? Is fry sauce
Fry
like
I don't
sauce.
think so.
Midwestern kind
What's a
of
fry
thing? No?
sauce?
Guess not. I thought
Never
it
heard
was
of
like
it.
a Midwestern sort of thing, fry sauce.
Somebody probably brought him that at the tire shop.
And instead of fried dough,
Yeah, by the way, save these email addresses so I can send some coupons out.
oh, good idea. Some
Yeah, I'll send
some
some, like,
marketing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
I'll
idea.
use
You
this.
do retreads?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. He's doing retreads too.
Thank you, Jane, for asking a question
that's a
just
great
for
question.
me.
Very
I like
homey.
it. We had lots of corn too.
So, last question not last question, but I just want to ask you: did you hear of pierogies and kielbasi and stuff like that, or no? Did you ever hear the word pierogi?
We have a lot of Polish people in like the Chicago area, which is 3 hours away from
Right.
where I grew up. And my aunt married a Polish guy. But so kielbasi, yeah, definitely. But I had never heard of a pierogi, believe it or not.
Isn't that until you got here?
Until I got here, I never heard of it. Not in Connecticut, not in Maine, not in Missouri, not in Illinois. Not in Iowa, not any of them.
How about that, Carrie?
Wild.
Weird. Now I love them.
What do you call mac and cheese in Iowa? Mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese.
I'm trying to think of something else that was maybe just here. Is there anything else? Venison? Did everyone
No, we had
kill
lots
their
of
own?
people hunt in Iowa. Yeah, they like to hunt.
Bison.
Bison burgers,
They have that everywhere now. Yeah. Ostrich,
Doritos,
Cool Ranch,
lemonade,
grapeade
Grapeade's huge.
in Iowa.
I think of that. Is
the
that
official drink
old
of Iowa.
commercial Grape? Is it Grapeape? Grapeape.
Grapeade.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I don't know why that just popped in my head.
You're up, Carrie.
Is Carrie
One
going to
more?
ask our last question?
This is the last question
All
from
right.
Carrie right now.
Digging deep.
Can she avoid Travis? That's the big question. Oh, that's a softie. That's an
I've
oldie.
already-
if it feels like tissue paper, it's old, baby.
I don't know. It's crisp-ish.
She's like, is it?
It's not.
She's like, is it Travis? Oh my God, is it Travis?
Now, are we going to make him feel bad? Because I don't want to do
I
that.
don't know
He's
if
the
I
kind of
could
guy that you're
talk
not
about
going to
this.
make him feel bad.
Okay, good.
No.
Yeah, let's pick another one. We're not going to end on this anyway.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Is it bad?
No.
Carrie, ring the bell just so it's official. That was
we go.
inappropriate. Inappropriate questions are not welcomed here.
That's right. We're a family podcast.
We're going to shut the
Sort of.
recording off and laugh at that question behind your back. Uh-oh, Carrie's got another. Misrejection.
Wow.
You are not
Very
invited here
picky.
anymore.
Oh, hush your mouth. You keep inviting me back. You love me.
She
Because
threw-
I'm a lawyer and a snooty pants. All right.
Who blots her pizza?
Blast my pizza. Okay. This is from Jane. If you were out at a crowded social event and everyone was completely sober, would you rather A, sing a karaoke solo, or B, be with your spouse, the first couple to fast dance on the dance floor?
Wait.
Or you could be, unless you're
taking
with your
more
spouse,
choices?
or you could be the first couple to fast dance on the dance floor. So if you're with someone, would you rather sing a karaoke song
Or
the first
fast dance.
or be the first people out on the dance floor dancing?
Joe doesn't
I'm at a
like to
party.
dance.
No, am I drunk or is anyone drunk? What was the thing?
Nobody's drinking.
Everyone was sober but you.
Oh,
I
but
guess.
you.
I'm drunk.
Well, so
You might
And
dance.
everyone was completely sober. It doesn't
No, that's
say
a
if
good
you
question,
were.
though. Everyone's sober. You're kind of, you're
But it
feeling...
does. But it doesn't say if you're drinking or not.
Okay.
So I think it can go either way.
At a party. Mindy, what would, I mean...
Everyone, including yourself.
I can't see you doing karaoke for some reason.
Or dancing. That's
Right.
why it's a good question.
I
What would
see.
you
I
do?
see Joe doing the twist.
I hate dancing. I absolutely hate dancing.
But I've seen you do it.
Because I just felt peer pressure. Sean,
I feel like
being a
dancing
tire
was-
guy, you're not a dancer, right?
I mean, when we have our regional like tire conventions and stuff.
you do dance there?
Yeah,
Do they have karaoke there?
Karaoke's huge at the Goodyear Con.
Goodyear Con. Oh my God. No, dads don't dance. I'm telling you.
I asked my wife.
You're a good dancer?
I am wedding dancer.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So,
Oh yeah.
But do you like it or do you
Get me
feel
at a
forced
wedding
to?
and I'm on the dance floor.
Are you lying?
I'm not
I don't
lying.
see him as a
Really?
No,
dancer.
I'd call her, but
I don't see him as a dancer.
Now I want to see this. Do you have video?
Yeah.
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
But you guys can picture any like dad type guy. They always look horrible dancing. Why? I don't want to do it.
I mean, some
I'd
guys
rather
are
do
good
that
dancers.
than karaoke. Karaoke, it's very, you're on an island. It's you in front of everyone. Or, you know.
I think with karaoke, I have to have a few cocktails just to loosen up. With dancing, I go up, go out and dance. I
All
don't
right, so we have
care.
two dancers. I'm definitely picking karaoke.
I'm picking
karaoke
dancing.
Highway to Hell. You play the music. You have a monitor there. I can read the words. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you like to sing that one anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. All right. So no more questions from Travis. Okay.
Yep.
Any final thoughts? What if you do you like the do you like the some people leave their winter tires on in the spring and summer and that annoys me. Is that because it's very soft rubber and it wears out? It's
Right.
foolish.
You're okay with an all season for the most part.
Okay,
I mean, we're
we're
not. I just go all seasons. I mean, snow tires. That's a personal opinion, but we don't get the kind of weather around here anymore that I would
But
even
Sean,
bother
we have
getting.
hills though. We have mountains and hills.
There's some really great all seasons out there.
There's some really great all
really
seasons.
great all seasons.
I will throw this little tip out for anyone. If you have just a two-wheel drive car, because a lot of people buy four-wheel drive for the winter, and it's a waste of money. If you put snow tires on any car, it'll
Fact.
kick.
So true.
It'll kick any four-wheel
Fact.
drive's butt.
That's
Save
true
your
because
money.
I've got
You don't need
a
all-wheel
two-wheel drive car, and my little Camry.
You
I
put
put
sn-
snow tires on
it'll go
there,
through anything,
and
yeah.
I can make it up Fairview Hill. Which
Snow tires are the way
It's
to
hard.
go. Don't waste your money on all-wheel drive. Saying that, I have all-wheel drive. I don't know why, but I just do. All right, Kerry, thanks for coming.
Sure.
Get your questions to brownbag at WNEP.com. And remember, we accept not just these weird questions, problems.
that's true.
Maybe you have
Relationship problems.
relationship
Yes.
problems. We give advice, especially
Oh, no.
the girls. Let's have a relationship advice segment.
It could be like Dear Joey instead of Dear Abby.
Oh, there you
Perfect.
There you go.
All right. Not only tire questions, but relationship questions. We take it all. Brownbag at WNEP.com. Thank you. Keep the questions coming. Have a nice life. Kerry?
Grapeade.
Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity. About